Welcome to the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mojere and what can we say? Forest, for the first time in 177 years, beat Manchester City. Liverpool are on kiss control, eh?
No, we're in a good mood.
And who would have thought this? Actually, Man United are gifting their rivals, Liverpool, their 20th
Are you happy about
title.
that? Be honest.
The state of Man United where it is now is, I'm not happy. But
Did you listen to that podcast
Jim? I've listened to bits and pieces, but we'll get into that. Anyways, guys, welcome to the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mojere Waiti, just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game, discussing Kuliamoto. Ntanga,
Hi class.
welcome back.
Welcome to this brand new hot show. Hot officer.
We are back like Kaiser Chiefs winning back-to-back games.
Hey.
Tanga, what an interesting week of events. Bafana Bago, let's just start with the Man United Arsenal game. They scored 7 goals during the week.
Yes.
They thought they are back.
Yes.
They thought, but hey, where are those people who thought we needed a striker? They go to Old Trafford. A boring game it was. Like Glenn as a Man United fan, I would
Up
also
until
agree
Bruno
with that.
scored, eh?
I think it was boring as well.
Boring.
Maybe second half, the last 20-30 minutes, maybe because Arsenal were trying to win the game, and Man United, we actually had more chances than them. We could have won the game. What did you make of both teams, man? I was disappointed.
Now, like I told you, I expected Man United to step up. I remember telling Bato when Liverpool rally Man U, Arsenal won't beat Man
United.
Yeah, but they thought I was joking. And I told them, Forest, a lot of teams will struggle against Forest.
That's your only loss this season.
Yes. But they laughed at us. And Forest came back and Arsenal, but coming back to that game, it was a well-organized game from Man United, given what is at stake and what they have currently. You look at the project, Amoriam, you look at it, Diman is building and is playing against Arsenal in 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Elegamora top 2.
Ilola the champion.
Exactly. So against that team, Amoriam did well. I will give it to him.
I would agree with you to a certain
Clear
point.
chances went to him.
Yeah, I would get it with you to a certain point because if you look at the two teams where they are in this time and moment. Speaking of Sir Jim said, that man, he said, given the wages that Man United, like the squad that we have now currently, the ones we have, we deserve to be good 14th position.
But I would say I agree. You look at I listened to him again more. Some of these players, they are earning way more than they should be earning.
Which is true, we all know that.
So, I can tell you now, listening to that interview gave out the plan actually for Amoriam. That team will be completely different in 2 years from now.
But again, you look at it, now why I say the man Daniel Lahisa is because you look at Bournemouth, you look at Forest, you look at Fulham, where are they? They're in the top team. They're in the top. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you've got the best players or the most end players, you actually are a team worth challenging or worth able to.
It's not about that.
It's about your recruitment. And I think Man United, I think we've spoken less about Man United, but let's go back to Sunday's games. For me, as you said, I think from Amorim's side,
it was a positive result.
It was a positive result because he could have won the game.
A mood booster, actually.
He could have won the game, especially on the Rodala Thursday. It's a must-win game on Thursday. Otherwise,
I think look said that.
You think so?
No, they're not lethal.
But when you come to the north side of London, I think it was very disappointing for Arsenal. But I think we all expected it to play out the way it played out. But
they didn't expect that one. Even their coach.
Did they realize? Did they think they would beat Man United?
Yes.
I don't think
Let me tell you something. If you listen to Arteta, you listen to the fans, Arsenal, they were positive for Man United and convincingly so. Actually, they were thinking they're going to embarrass Man United.
What's on Liverpool?
I'm telling you.
I don't think
that's the mindset they came with. That's why you look at how it was a draw, but they felt like they've lost the game.
But they could have lost the game if it wasn't for Raya. And
Yeah,
I think,
Raya,
for
Raya
me, I
came
think
through.
for the first goal, Raya really mistake. Positioning high, the man was very wrong. People obviously were no, it was not 10 yards or something, but his positioning was wrong. He trusted his wall too much,
Exactly.
and he let him down. But the saves that he made, 3-4 saves, yes.
But I think they will beat Chelsea.
Arsenal.
Yes.
Maresca's
I think they'll
team-
beat Chelsea.
Do you think Maresca's team?
Maresca has been fumbling, Joe. And he's been struggling. Did you watch the game?
Speaking about them, they won Coquerel. And I think
Maresca is a fraud, Douglas. I'm putting it out there. He's a fraud, and only time will tell. Recover more conversation in.
I think also you look at Palmer, he missed the penalty, but people were happy, especially now in the Lamb Fantasy League. We're happy, yeah, Palmer, it's a penalty. Palmer will finally get us point. But if you look at his walk to taking that penalty, you could see that he's not as confident as he is or as he was before, maybe December or January, because that's, I think, the pressure that Maresca has put on him and the supporters as well on his back, it's really getting
it's
to him.
unfortunate what is happening to Palmer. Some brilliant managers in the past, I can go back to Klopp, they'll protect the player.
Yes.
Maresca has exposed Palmer from day one up until now. It was just a matter of time before it catches up later. How can Palmer, he's not even, he's carrying Chelsea, that boy. He has carried it. Creativity-wise, goals-wise, assist-wise, he's been carrying Chelsea. But it was just a matter of time, Malena at deep into form. But this is where you need to protect him. But don't protect Agamang.
The most crucial player, I think people this season, last season, and a lot of people were actually saying Jackson is a bad player. But if you look at it now, he's actually the glue.
Exactly.
Come with the Chelsea team because he's injured.
Exactly.
Since his injury, outside.
Go and watch and look at the stats, especially the assists to Jackson.
I think it's the same.
He's got a lot of assists. I think maybe if I like Canelo Palmer, but I'm off it to call.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people underestimate the impact that he has on the Chelsea team. And now we can see finally that he's injured and Chelsea are just not... Wait, let's go back to Arsenal. Maganas, I just have one question for you. Do you think... Because I was with the boy Nalemo on Sunday, we were watching the game together, and he's saying Arteta wanted a striker ka January, and the board didn't back him or didn't buy the striker for him. So now my question is, do you think Arteta would want a striker if he didn't have the pressure from us football fans, from the Arsenal supporters? Because we've been saying this for almost 2 years that he needs a striker. Do you think if he didn't have that pressure, striker, he would actually want a striker? Like, it's been happening for 2 seasons where you could see there's games where if he had a striker, they would have won it, especially last season and the year before.
You go back to history, you see they've released Aubameyang, they've released Lacazette, they've released Nketiah, they've released Nelson, they've released Bologan.
Yeah.
Bologan, I thought they're going to keep him.
I think...
Releasing those guys, Arsenal, a season before last season, they scored so many goals without a striker.
Yeah.
Last season, they still scored a lot of goals. So it's a valid question. Arteta was need a striker because 2 seasons back to back, they've been scoring a lot of goals.
No, but sometimes a striker, okay. I think sometimes when we speak about they need a strike, we're not speaking about someone who can actually score goals. We actually speak about someone who can give you another option that you can play from. Like, for example, on Sunday, if you look at the game against Man United, they couldn't play long balls because there was no focal point. Yes. So a striker would actually give you that focal point, which on a striker, you can actually minus 2 defenders.
Okay.
The 2 center backs or a center back needs DM. And then there's more spaces for your other attackers. But one they don't have that. What they depend on is the tiki-taka, 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 which hasn't worked for them in the past. That's why I'm saying, they've scored so many goals, but there were games where you could say, level Manchester City, Pep, I need a strike, and a striker is sympathizing.
No, it has worked out for Pep. It has worked out, but the question yet again, we are still asking:
do they need a striker?
Does Arteta need a striker?
I don't think that Arteta needs one. I don't think he.
No, I think to be honest with you, to be realistic and be, if now they had Martinelli, they had Saka. This question about striker wouldn't be here. This thing.
I think we would.
Nah, I doubt.
I think we would.
Last season, were they still talking about striker?
Yes, because there were games where if Nabanele striker,
Was it addressed?
it was not addressed. That's why
Didn't they have money to address it?
They did. That's why.
So he didn't address her, but he had the money.
That's what I'm saying. Ateta, Nafona, personal. Huddles, let us know as well what you think. For me personal, I think Ateta Hanyeke striker. The reason why I Nyaka is because we are saying he needs a striker.
Exactly.
And then now he was like, no, Nale desperate because his 4 players are injured. Lemerino. Merino is a waste of money for me personally. Now Paulo Vieira, why couldn't they call him back?
No, I think Abamnyaki. I think if Lynn know after this loan, I think they won't make use of him. They'll just keep him maybe for another season, but he'll be gone.
But anyways, let's move on. So yeah, here's a question. Bafana Babatsona Leba Man United. Do you think if Ange Thursday night they lose and they go out of the Conference League, is it like the last straw? Bamonta Spurs. They've lived like a guy. Because they drew 1-1, 2-2 at home, Lebanon.
Yeah, I think.
And they could have lost that game if it wasn't for Kepa had a mistake.
He's on his way out.
Is he on his way out?
Yeah, because.
But can we give him benefit of the doubt? Though?
No, they think no. If you look at game Bournemouth, I don't know Romero Le Van de Beek
no, Van de Beek is back. Yeah,
but Madison, there's something wrong with Spurs.
No, but Madison, remember, he's been out of form to a point where I think Roy Keane. There's one legend who actually commended Madison, and then I got a goal called Trafford, and then he did that celebration where he's been that he's been up and down. He's like Spurs. He's like Spurs.
Yeah, because you look at game at Bournemouth, without him they wouldn't have come back.
Yeah. But now that's why now my question is going to remember for benefit of that is because you look at if he's got a full foot squad, he was performing.
With Daniel Levy, if he's got somebody in mind,
Angel will be
replaced. If he's got somebody.
Do you think they were wrong in letting Nunes go? Look at what he's doing for us now.
Yeah, I think why is it not about this guy? About Nunes? Nuno Santos.
Yeah.
That guy is a good coach, but not for everything.
Is he not a top 4 coach though?
No, he's not.
Forest they go number 3. And
he's not.
But Arsenal,
I can tell you now he's not. Confidently so.
I'm looking at the table here.
Let's
I'm looking at the table.
Yeah,
here.
It's fine. You can look at the
table.
There are
4 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, it's fine. Ne? You look at Forest, they've overachieved this season.
Yeah, they
So next season they will just fail off.
You think so?
Yes.
You think they are another Leicester?
Yeah, I think so.
Mara, let me tell you something you don't know. Forest owners have got money.
They have. That's why
they can afford to strengthen their squad.
That's why I said earlier on this season, Nuno actually came at the right time, go Forest. But you look at the way Cooper built and bought.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cooper bought a lot of players though.
Exactly. But those players,
some of them are quality enough.
They are working.
Yeah. Some of them are quality
enough. Yeah. Wood was bought by Gaman.
Cooper.
Bargaman Gipsy, Cooper. The winger
yeah.
Onsoir. Yeah. Joe, the base and the core.
But it just shows you it's the same thing as people argue on Amorim or Mungar Hansi Flick. Barcelona, it means that Barcelona had the players. They didn't have the manager to play the players the way they have to play.
Exactly.
Whereas we are vice versa. When you come to Man United don't have the players. They had the managers. They never had the players. And I know always the blame is shifted up to the manager because it's easy to get rid of one person than to actually get rid of the whole team. And I think that's what happens. Look at Man United as well. Yeah. But let's speak about that game yesterday. I think the goal Ederson that he conceded, for me, he should have saved it.
He should.
But he made a save from Milanga.
That was a good save.
Mara, if you look at that game, man, like the chances, there were not too many chances created. It
was it was so poor.
Yeah, it was so poor for him, especially if you're one of the best keepers in the Premier League. Mara, I think that game, personally, I think Forest, obviously, this is City. We cannot attack City. So what we do, but on Nafel, and then they wait for those moments. They know they've got Arsenal, they've got Ilanga Bashiana, and they know if we were to play route one, Wood is there. We can hold that ball and then until we find the ball, like Gibbs White, pass so dangerous. Especially look at another Patella are feeling a hard for the goal. Manchester City, they're lacking something. De Bruyne, I think, is already gone.
Would it be fair, if the rumors are true, Pep should let go of those 5-6 players?
No, they're going.
They're going. It's confirmed.
Yeah, they're going. He said after the Madrid game, these players are going to go. He's rebuilding a new team. Mara, I was actually speaking to a Chelsea fan on we had him on the show the other time, Trump. He said, Timia hire Chelsea. He thinks Chelsea, the reason why is because they don't have experience. They don't have Yenara Awanam Kalab in his team. It's just young players. He says sometimes you need that experience, especially if you only have young players. So now when it comes to Pep, but I think he will have enough experienced players because the players that he's letting go, for me, are very important players come Manchester City. They might have not played the part this season or last season, but they still are a very important bunch of players in that City team.
But I think it's time they go, Joe.
You think so?
Yeah.
But will he get the money or will he have the replacements for them? Because every level, I think he mentioned like about 5 players. John Stones, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I think YG
Kovacic,
yeah, I think
Gundogan, 5 players.
It's good for them to go. I think they should have left already. They've
overstayed.
They've overstayed in that because they've achieved already. How do you motivate them again, going again? It becomes tricky for Pep to keep them going every 3 days after they have achieved so much.
No, but I think, yeah, Mara.
Nothing. It was time, Joe, for Batamai. Now I'm happy. I'm happy. I think De Bruyne has played this part. Go City. He's a legend there. Bernardo Silva, they've done it, Joe. Gundogan, they've done it. So for now, they were there. Pep tried to carry them, or the other way around, but it was not going to work out in the long run.
Yeah.
That is the reason he said he left Barcelona back then.
Maraju, speaking about Barcelona and other teams, I think...
But yet again, the same players, they can live and compete with the other teams because brand new environment.
They're still good enough.
Brand new environment, new challenge, new city, it can work out.
I think there's never ever I don't know, since Kilibella ball, have never been a smooth transition the way that Klopp has done for Slot. Look at Slot's team, man. Guys, Lemukus control on it?
No, you see, people they see this, but I think the main players Kivalovan Basilik Dileslut and Richard Hughes, Edwards, I think they played, to be honest.
Was Klopp not included?
No, Klopp was not included.
Okay.
Klopp was not included at all. So, but yet again, they had candidates out on level, Rubeni. They had a few candidates. They were there. Even Enrique, he was considered that
Freiburg,
yes.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a slot.
So they were considered, but the thing what I heard, they go calling them Ruben, even though they really liked him. But calling him was going to cost them money.
Because he has to change the system.
Exactly. And to change the system, you have to get also the right players in.
And already they knew that system it's something.
Exactly.
It's almost there. Yeah.
You listened to Sloot interview previously, I think a few weeks back. It was an easy transition because I was playing like Klopp already and Kelako Ferry not.
Oh.
Yeah. So the only difference between an Klopp or Naginya Bolotata, Kinya Klopp
Klopp transition.
Klopp energy transition. One swar. We intend to chaotic busy. So all on your control.
So where are we with the contract situation with the
contract situations for now, the way I see them?
Who's leaving? Who's staying?
I think Salah will stay. Vigil will stay. Trent might stay. Might.
There's a video ya logo training
you look at Trent. You look at Trent, and you look at how Madrid plays. Will Trent really fit in Madrid?
Who's playing right back at the moment?
Nagongwe Valverde. Nagongwe
Cavalo.
Yeah, and it's the way Valverde plays it, Lucas Vasquez badlalanga thing.
Oh yeah, Vasquez, yes.
Vasquez. You look at how Baranang down the flank, so it's very interesting.
I don't think the Trent can do it.
Trent can. Because those guys, badlala sort of ngarela Miriam. You have to push, but you have to come back.
You have to come back and defend as well.
Will Trent do that? Because already he's been struggling to do that.
The way I love the EPL so much, man, this league is like, people are saying this is one of the boring leagues since, because Balebelets or Lena, you might win the league without even getting to 90 points. But you look at, it's not only about the top, man. You look at the bottom and the other side. Like, you look at Crystal Palace, you look at Brighton.
Very interesting league this
Give me a Brighton and Fulham where Joe Pedro wins it last minute penalty. You look at Crystal Palace, who they thought would struggle without Mateta. But this guy, Vamos Sainile, Ismail Sarr. Just from Watford, he's been good for them. Especially Valuse, Olise to Brighton, to Bayern Munich. I think he's been good in LAC.
But what is more interesting is you look at the log EPL, you look at from number 7. Number 7 can still get into top 4 as you speak.
Ergate. I was just saying. Look, Arsenal 55 points. Forest 51. Chelsea 49. City 47. Newcastle 47. Brighton 46. Aston Villa 45. Bournemouth 44. So between 3 and 9.
So
there's about 7
if Brighton wins, about 49, it can get to top 4.
It's a top 4. That's why I said, for me, Arsenal must be very careful. They might find themselves on number 4. Because the gap here number 1, the gap here number 2, I think they are more closer to number 5 than they are closer to Liverpool. And that should be a worrying factor for Arsenal.
Because you look at this Forest team, if they win their next game, they will be on 55. Balagan Arsenal.
Very dangerous, eh? So,
basically, what we are saying, Arsenal, lose 3 games, they're in trouble.
They're out. I still stand by it.
Yes.
About the Champions League. I know because Arsenal, but it's fine. Now we know where we are. And I was just saying, like, we're wrapping up this EPL.
It will be a shock, yo.
Let's discuss this next week, because I think we're going to the FIFA break the week after this year. This week, speaking of Liverpool, you playing a cup final. Can you win it against Newcastle?
Yes.
Obviously,
I'll win it.
Are you winning?
Yes.
Sunday?
Yes.
Double Carabao. Back to back.
Right lift.
Back to back.
Marar Tomega game.
Yes. What? PSG. You were lucky last week not to lose that game.
I was not lucky.
Alisson saved you guys.
I wouldn't call it luck, and Alisson is part of his job.
It
is part of his job.
So very close for time.
It is part of his job. It is his job to save the ball from getting in. That's what he did last week.
Yeah.
And you look at that game. Do you remember our last semi-final Champions League game?
Which one?
Mane was still there, Salah was still there, Firmino was still there.
Barcelona.
We were hitting Koto, Vinicius got one chance. We lost.
So do you think you will win it, Kachip? Are you going?
That is a typical cup game.
Are you winning today?
I'm winning today. Convincingly 2-1, 2-0. Actually, I think 2-0.
So is the trouble inside now?
Ketomaga Sunday.
Let us know what you think as well of this Liverpool. Can they leave the trouble? What is keep us a cheese? But I had Liverpool
and I cooking.
But Liverpool apparently the goal was not the goal, and
look,
Steve Barker is not happy.
Officiating, it's been horrible this season. PSL.
Yeah,
I saw down Sulbaba Rupile Molava. They did a salad goal. That's not pass. He's onside. Offside. They ended up during the game. Energy bedway. So that then the level of incompetency mo PSL. They need to improve.
I was listening to
they need to improve.
And I was listening to a former referee yesterday. He said the officiating in the PSL is very poor. But he said in a season they're balanced on these things. So if you so in the season they balance each other, and then he was actually speaking the truth, because if you look at Stellenbosch during the week, Now Adlala Marumo Gallants. Goalie Abona came from someone Ira falls through. So we really falls through, but the referees didn't pick it up.
Maradama Steve Baka. No.
You look at like a game here, Kaizer Chiefs, the very same game we were speaking about. Goalie Abona, Matlo was pushed. No foul. Dupreez. Now penalty. No foul. Serino, Torom meti like a clap. No, that's a red card. Next, how will you look at on? He's speaking about there's other game we're playing, go finally. The penalty was called back, but I'm like, guys, can Chiefs beat Sundowns in the semi-final?
Possible.
But they must win the game with Kukune first.
But here's an interesting thing that I want to say, and I want to ask you now. Has Sundowns made progress ever since Rulani Mukwena left? Have they made a progress? Are we seeing the consistency? Are we seeing? Remember, we are talking about Sundowns Elowani. It went so long without losing. And it almost went the whole season without losing. And they were flawless. They were flowing. Team over 4. We knew Sundowns will hit you 6.
No, they were winning 1-0.
Have they made progress, or have Baba a step back?
I think they took a step back, and which I think it's just my honest opinion. It was expected. Because Rulani was there for Sundowns for a very long time. Cardozo just came in now. At least he's winning games. Not like Mangoba, who was losing games. At least Cardozo is winning games. Then next season, okay, now you've got a full season. Start from scratch. Let's see what you can do. Or Tomo from game number 1. Let's see now from game number 1 until game 10 to game 15. Where will Sundowns be by then? I think to judge him now, for me, it's not really fair. But he's winning the league. He's taking it. But can he go all the way to the CAF Champions League? Because that's what they want from him.
Exactly.
That's what they hired him for. Can he take Sundowns to that promised land again? And you look at Pirates as well. Pirates, for me, I don't think they've made progress. We've been here with Pirates before. They've, unless we speak about the Champions League, Champions League, they made progress.
Pirates, as much as Yakatlisa, it's all nice and lovely. But there is consistency.
Pirates, Arsenal,
there is consistency.
I think if you look at Arsenal and you look at Pirates, same WhatsApp group, because there's always that hope. Yeah, right, Sundowns. But when it matters most, but drop out. But anyways, let us know who's winning the Nedbank Cup. It's the last 5 remaining. Sundowns Lins Kukunovias left to play that game. And then it's Pirates, Marumo Gallants, Kaizer Chiefs, and the winner of those 2. But let's just go midweek action. Let's just predictions.
Yes.
It's Barcelona against Benfica. Aggregate Barcelona winning 1-0. And then
I'll give it to Barcelona.
Are they going through?
Yeah, they're going through.
Inter Milan, Feyenoord.
Inter.
Liverpool PSG already to the answer. Leverkusen, Bayern Munich. They're playing 3 games in a week.
Yeah, I think Bayern Munich will just win it again.
I think, guys, can we speak about the demise as well, or the downfall of Leverkusen? Or is it not the downfall? Is it like the Forest, the Bundesliga, where they had that one great season. Now everyone has catched up, but everyone can see now how they play. Now they're struggling now. Because they are struggling
I think Xavi, he did more than we expected last season. This season, he's still competing.
So this season is like, okay, this should have been your first season.
Yeah, and yet again, I think he tried to sign, but he didn't sign enough. Or his signings are high. Are they ever as effective?
I think, his signings high did not add.
Yeah, but added that much value. Because, and yet again, last season, their focus was more on the league. This season, there was Champions League. There was league.
Yes.
There's more games. There's so many more games.
And then maybe Baba distracted. I think they'll also look nowadays.
Something hasn't clicked yet.
Dortmund and Lille.
I'll give it to Dortmund.
Because it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'll give it to Dortmund. Dortmund last week, they lost this game. I think by 70th or 80th minute.
But Dortmund are not consistent, eh?
Yeah, but it's a new coach.
Another one?
Yeah, it's another coach. That guy is a former player. Nuri
Sai. Villa 3-1, Club Brugge. Villa will go through. Are they going Bafana?
But do you remember last week when Huddle Langabon? They scored last minute.
Joe, like I don't understand. Like Villa it's unpredictable, man. You look at how they play league. This week they will win. Next week they'll, and especially if they come from a Champions League game.
Bawa
Fumble. I don't understand why. Anyway, sorry to that. Bafana Bateta win 7-1. Obvious that league is done. Man.
Yeah, it's done.
Do you think they can come back? Across 6
PSV.
Yeah, 6. They just need 6 goals to fail.
Nah. They can defend. They can't score. Arsenal.
The big one tomorrow. Madrid derby. Ha, the goalie Alvarez. Yes. Fan quality jo.
Mara Rodrigo also.
Hi, jo mapele mara fan lagi.
That's why Pep cried. Pep liga genusal laga that boy.
Mara.
But he chose Haaland over that boy.
Mara obviously Haaland was like the marquee signing for them.
I would still, even now, I'll take Alvarez over Haaland. Now. Me.
With even I already goal records.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Eh?
Yeah, because I saw the records of Langazon, so many goals are tap-ins. Unless if you are giving me Haaland or Dortmund.
Yeah, but
it's a different, complete different, different. But now, if you give me Alvarez, you give me Haaland, I'll take Alvarez any day. Arsenal should have went for Alvarez. If they had.
I don't think so. Besides that, Kam Kobolela or cried. Still crying now. I don't think
that's why I'm with
Is Rodrigo the most underrated player?
100%.
Because if you look at the Champions League last season, who is the again? All the people was on
he's so key and very talented, very dangerous player. And I can tell you, he's one of the ones who wins it. You give him a slightest chance, he will score or he will create.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, like, Europa League, Man United tries, yeah?
I get a lot of to me. Lena, real society, Lilina, Lison, Margana Loiwina, but who is Lena Gassage.
Of it, we meet again next time, same place, same time. I will.